into this shit, bro, because something ain't right. I didn't like that video. He wasn't my type. Remember, you wasn't my type. But when you're successful, you everybody's fucking type. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, they find out your potential. Now you everybody's type. Be careful with that shit, bro.
Trap Hunter might be facing a financial nightmare before he even steps foot on an NFL field. Word on the street is that his wife, Leanna Linney, is gunning for a jaw-dropping $40 million in their divorce settlement, almost mirroring the $46 million rookie contract he just signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Even with a massive $30 million signing bonus already in his account, this isn't chump change. This is life-changing money on the line. People can't stop asking, could this demand drain him dry before his first pro snap?
The first thing that ever stood out to me about Travis was that he never tried to change me at all. So like I said, I met him in college. He was in high school, and I obviously I was in the middle of outgrowing partying, but I still partied a lot. And I don't know if y'all know this, but he doesn't drink at all. Even though he's legal to drink, he doesn't drink. And I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila in my veins. So I drink. I don't drink a lot, but I drink. And I used to party and stuff. And he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside partying, and then take a.
Things really started buzzing when Leanna dropped a tearful video online right in the middle of a storm of backlash. She didn't explain the tears, but the timing was enough to send people's minds racing. And once they started connecting the dots, the internet turned into a full-on investigation squad, digging into every move this couple has made since the very start. And here's where it gets even messier. Their wedding wasn't in Georgia, and it wasn't in Florida either. No, Leanna picked Chattanooga, Tennessee. On the surface, she told Travis it was all about the venue, but here's the part that's got everyone whispering. Tennessee is one of the rare states where alimony can be granted with 0 minimum marriage length. Translation? A split could happen right after the vows, and the spouse could still walk away with a fat payday. Now brace yourself. Travis didn't even sign a prenup, not even after lawyers, NFL veterans, and big-name influencers literally offered him one for free. And that's why people are calling this the priciest yes of his entire life. But that's not the only thing making people raise an eyebrow at this whole situation. The next red flag came shining the moment her Tennessee wedding choice hit the spotlight, and it was sitting right there on her hand. Fans zoomed in on Leanna's ring finger and spotted a tattoo. A bold, unmistakable dollar sign. Some tried to brush it off as a nod to her love for Lil Wayne, but plenty of others saw it as a billboard screaming, "Married for the money." One user even posted, "Bro's cooked and he doesn't even know it." Now tell me, does that sound like a random coincidence to you?
It's like you so caught up in being in love with this, bro. I don't even think this woman really loved you like that, bro. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here? What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what's keeping you here? You gotta ask, but you young though, but you gotta ask yourself some questions.
This theory didn't just appear out of nowhere, especially when you look back at some of Leanna's past comments that already had people questioning her intentions. Back in 2022, during a joint interview with Travis, she casually dropped a bomb, admitting he wasn't her type at first. And no, she didn't mean his looks. She doubled down, saying it was because he was younger and had cheated on a girlfriend before. She wasn't joking, and those exact words had fans side-eyeing hard, wondering what was really going on. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get more questionable, another eyebrow-raising moment unfolded right in public, caught crystal clear on camera. All while that "not my type" clip was making the rounds, fans went digging and resurfaced one of the most talked about moments in their relationship, the Heisman night. Travis was in the running for one of the biggest awards in college football. The whole room was electric, and everyone around him jumped to their feet except Leanna. She stayed seated until Coach Deion Sanders gave her a little nudge to stand up. That tiny moment turned into Exhibit A for the internet, and the clip has been replayed over and over like it's the smoking gun. It only took a few seconds for social media to explode with red flag posts, and before that fire even cooled, another video dropped just 2 days later. This time it was at an Adidas event.
They got married in Tennessee, where there's no time limit for a spouse to become eligible for alimony, as long as there's a financial need. Come to find out, It was her idea to get married in Tennessee because of this luxury venue.
Cameras caught Leanna looking visibly irritated while Travis was grinning and mingling with fans. And then came the line that had everyone talking. You can hear her crystal clear saying, "What do you want me to do? I'll just sit here." No filter, no attempt to hide it, just out there for the world to hear. Soon, both videos were making the rounds side by side, and people weren't just talking about her staying seated or looking annoyed. They were picking apart the whole vibe. To many, it looked like she was mentally checked out during moments where most partners would be hyping their spouse up like crazy. Leanna later tried to spin it, saying she didn't want to be in the shot during the Heisman ceremony and simply didn't know where to stand at the Adidas event.
I'm gonna keep letting him play all of them. Same tats too. A eater! Ain't no way. 3 years ago, they've been together for 5 years. That's that same tat. Yeah, my boy in that bitch putting her to work. Ain't no way.
But the internet wasn't buying that for a second. And just when it seemed like the drama had peaked, fans unearthed another moment that slid perfectly into the pattern. A story Leanna told herself on camera. She was laughing while recalling how Travis used to drive her to parties, wait in the car for hours, and then pick her up when she was done. She even mentioned proudly that he never complained or tried to stop her from drinking, even though he doesn't drink at all. This wasn't some rumor whispered in secret. This was her, on camera, saying it with a smile. That clip quickly got paired with footage of her dancing and partying with friends, and it only added fuel to the theory that she was out living her best life while staying disconnected from Travis's world. That's when the warnings started piling up. And they weren't just from random fans anymore. NFL vets, big-name celebrities, and even comedians started warning Travis loud and clear to protect himself before it was too late. Once that party story started blowing up, the advice hit different because it wasn't just coming from random internet voices. It was coming from people who'd actually lived through it. Coach Deion Sanders, who knows firsthand what public marriage drama can do, didn't even try to hide his concern on camera. He straight up said Travis should have had a prenup locked in from day one. Then comedian Godfrey jumped into the conversation and didn't hold back for a second. He claimed Leanna only seemed interested after finding out about Travis's potential, and that her "he wasn't my type" comment was the biggest red flag in the entire situation. Former NFL wide receiver Dez Bryant also weighed in, and he wasn't sugarcoating a thing either. He told Travis directly, "She loves the attention way more than you. She thinks she's your equal. There's a woman out there who will make your life easy and respect you. She's just a headache."
God gets ready to make you a great woman. You'll know he's gonna make you great by how you suffer.
That line alone had fans talking for days. And then, just when the conversation was already lit up, Bow Wow jumped in with a warning that went viral for all the wrong reasons. He didn't bother with subtlety. He flat out called her out for publicly thirsting over other men and told Travis to wake up. The way he said it had people reposting it nonstop. These weren't jealous haters or random trolls. These were seasoned industry names who'd seen this exact kind of drama play out before. These industry vets were practically begging Travis not to repeat their mistakes. But instead of taking the advice, he clapped back hard. When Godfrey spoke up, Travis jumped straight into the comments, firing off, "You know her number, so don't speak on my relationship. You old as hell. Move on with your life." And when Dez Bryant's warning went viral, Travis didn't respond to him directly. But his other posts made it clear he wasn't entertaining a single word of anybody's advice. He even stepped in to defend that infamous $ tattoo, the one fans swore was a walking prenup loophole. Travis insisted it had nothing to do with money at all, claiming Leanna just liked Lil Wayne. But by this point, his explanations weren't calming anyone down. If anything, they just gave the internet more reasons to dig even deeper. While Travis was busy clapping back at every critic, the real danger was sitting in plain sight. The state they got married in, and the laws that could turn this into a $40 million payout without her being married to him for long at all. By May 2025, Travis had heard every possible warning and still walked down the aisle with Leanna anyway. But instead of shutting the critics up, the wedding handed them even more to talk about. One reception clip especially had fans losing it. Many were convinced she actually dodged a kiss from him. Viewers noticed that not a single photo or video from the celebration showed a clear, genuine kiss between them.
I think he done got married on us and ain't told nobody.
Nah, not yet.
Not yet, I like it.
Cause I'm gonna do your prenup for you. It's gonna be about this thick.
And this one exact moment became the centerpiece of the theory that something was already off from the very start. Then came the wedding gift reveal, and it should have been a fairy tale moment. Travis went all out, surprising Leanna with a brand new Mercedes G-Wagon, a jaw-dropping $500,000 present. Most brides would have been screaming, crying, or jumping straight into their partner's arms, but her reaction, cold, detached, almost bored. The clip shows her barely reacting while he says, "Come on, let's do it, woo." It was the total opposite of the over-the-top joy people expect from a $500,000 surprise. And after the big day, instead of riding that newlywed wave like most public couples, Travis and Leanna completely vanished. The same couple who built their brand on sharing every milestone suddenly shut off the comments on all their social media accounts and stopped posting about each other entirely. The second that silence hit, the speculation went wild. No updates, no lovey-dovey posts, no public appearances together. So fans started piecing together their own timelines of what could have gone wrong. Some claimed they'd spotted Leanna at events solo, smiling and chatting, but with no wedding ring in sight. Others swore they'd seen Travis in Florida, training like nothing had happened, but noticeably without his wife anywhere near him. Then the whispers really started heating up when a fan posted screenshots showing Leanna had quietly removed Travis's last name from her social media bio. That tiny detail sent the internet into full detective mode, and it was only the beginning of what they were about to uncover. It wasn't an official statement, but in the age of online sleuths, it might as well have been a flare shot straight into the night sky. Within hours, threads were stacked with side-by-side screenshots comparing Leanna's old profile to the new stripped-down version. And just when things were already heating up, another clip started making the rounds, this time of Leanna at a friend's birthday dinner. In the short video, she's laughing, clinking glasses, and dancing to the music. But when someone jokingly asks about Travis, her smile freezes, and she quickly changes the subject.
I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type. So then I left him.
I wasn't her type.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months, and then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends.
That tiny shift in her face was all the internet needed to claim there was trouble brewing behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Travis seemed to be firing off his own silent messages. His training videos suddenly had captions like "locked in" and "focus only on the grind," which fans instantly interpreted as coded shots aimed at the relationship drama. Some even pointed out that he'd unfollowed several of Leanna's close friends. A small move, but one that caused a massive stir online. By now, every tiny move from either side was getting magnified 100 times over. A like here, an unfollow there, a missing ring in a photo. It all added fuel to the growing theory that the honeymoon phase had crashed before it even started. And with that 40 million number still hanging in the background, people were convinced this wasn't just a quiet season. It was the calm before a very expensive storm. That calm didn't last long. The first public crack in their picture-perfect image hit like a thunderclap. Out of nowhere, Leanna went live on Instagram late one Friday night. She didn't call Travis out by name, but the comments went wild as she spoke in circles about people switching up and energy not matching actions. The stream only lasted a few minutes, but that was enough for it to be screen recorded and reposted everywhere. Within the hour, fans swarmed Leanna's live stream with one burning question. Were she and Travis still together? She dodged every single one, instead dropping cryptic lines like, "Sometimes you gotta love people from a distance, and not everyone is built to ride with you." To most people watching, it sounded exactly like a breakup speech, just without the actual word breakup ever leaving her mouth. The very next day, Travis fired back with his own not-so-subtle message on his Instagram story, a black screen with the words, "The real ones stay silent, the clowns perform." No names, no tags, but absolutely everyone knew who he was aiming at. It was the first time their tension had spilled into the public in a way nobody could deny. Then, things got even messier when paparazzi-style photos surfaced just days later, showing Travis leaving a restaurant with 2 of his teammates and no wedding ring on his hand. That tiny missing detail became the headline on every gossip page for an entire week. Meanwhile, Leanna was spotted at brunch with friends, rocking a bold red dress and flashing a big smile like nothing was wrong. But eagle-eyed fans caught that she too had ditched her ring by then. At this point, it wasn't just gossip blogs feeding the frenzy. Sports talk shows and pop culture podcasts were debating the future of their marriage like it was the NFL playoffs. And with that $40 million divorce figure still hanging over their heads, the narrative shifted from relationship drama to high-stakes financial battle, and everyone wanted to see how it would play out. By this point, people weren't just wondering if they'd split, and they were placing bets on when it would happen. And then, the rumors finally turned into reality when court documents hit the internet, and they hit hard. Early one morning, a gossip page dropped screenshots allegedly showing that Leanna had officially filed for divorce in Tennessee. The paperwork listed irreconcilable differences as the reason, but it was the numbers that stole the spotlight. The filing reportedly included a spousal support request that lined up almost perfectly with that rumored $40 million figure everyone had been whispering about for months. Within hours, those screenshots were everywhere. Twitter threads, Instagram reels, and even sports news outlets that usually stick to game stats were suddenly deep diving into Tennessee marriage law. One detail had fans in a frenzy. The documents also mentioned lifestyle maintenance. If that clause got granted, it could mean Leanna would keep living at the same high standard she enjoyed during the marriage, even if Travis was completely out of the picture. Then came the leaks. One source claimed to have inside info from a family friend, saying the split had been brewing since before the wedding, and that Travis had ignored multiple warnings to slow things down. Another account alleged heated blowups over money and public image, with both sides accusing the other of straight-up disrespect. Travis didn't confirm or deny the divorce filing, but hours later, he posted a photo of himself at the Jaguars practice facility with a short, sharp caption, "Everything is business, no distractions." Fans instantly read between the lines, and the internet knew this was only the beginning of a messy public battle. Fans took Travis's post as his way of saying he was locking in on football, but the real show was in the comments section, which turned into an all-out war zone between supporters and critics. Meanwhile, Leanna's feed stayed perfectly curated. Brunch dates, outfit pics, and motivational quotes, all served with the comments turned off. The contrast between their public images only made the drama hotter. By now, this wasn't just a messy celebrity breakup. It was shaping up to be one of the most expensive rookie-year divorces the NFL had ever seen. To some, their silence looked like they were simply protecting their peace. But to others, especially the ones who had been side-eyeing this marriage from the start, it felt like they were hiding something huge. That's when the online detectives went into overdrive, digging through every old clip, every questionable reaction, and every viral moment, treating them like evidence that this marriage was doomed from day one. And the silence didn't kill the speculation. It supercharged it. With no fresh content to analyze, TikTok and Reddit kept recycling the same infamous red flags: the Heisman night clip, the $ tattoo, the not my type interview, keeping their names trending for all the wrong reasons. Then, just as the noise was starting to die down, Leanna launched herself right back into the spotlight. Out of nowhere, she posted a video of herself crying. No caption, no context, just her visibly upset on camera. The clip dropped right in the middle of that recycled backlash, and within hours, the comments were flooded with people predicting divorce. What made it even wilder? That tearful post lined up exactly with the $40 million figure that had been whispered about for months. That number, if the rumors are true, could turn this split into one of the most expensive rookie-year divorces in NFL history. We're talking about a breakup with stakes so high, it's got the sports world and the gossip world locked in together. What do you think really went down? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.